All right, everyone, welcome to the Donovan Live Postgame Show. I'm Dave Fiatale. Jim Donovan will join us in a few minutes. But if you, I hope you had a chance to watch Donovan Live a few moments ago with Jimmy Donovan. We had now you're the president, you're the CEO, you're the owner, you're the grand poobah. Adam Campbell with us, Selfie Spin 360. Just for those who may have missed, this is something really unique that, you know, for everybody who loves selfies out there, and I know you do, tell us about this.
Yeah, so this gives you a 360-degree selfie. So if selfies weren't enough, this takes it up a notch. So this one, you'll swing it around your head just like a lasso, like a cowboy would. Okay. And then it films all the way around you, and then it's also in slow motion.
Can you give us a demonstration? I mean, yeah, we got to see this, you know. First up, well, let me give us the demo first, and let's see, because I was trying a warm up and it didn't go so well here, but let's see.
Swing it like this, very, very easy, and it just flies kind of on its own. It'll film all the way around you.
And while you were doing all that, it was filming.
Yep, well, I captured the video there.
All right, so, wow, okay, can I try?
Of course.
Can I try?
I'll make sure it's recording for you.
Okay. Now, the challenge is, folks, don't break first thing, Selfie Spin 360. That would be bad. Don't break the studio. So we're going to try this, and then I want to see how this looks. I'm curious. All right. So all I have to do again.
You'll just swing it to the left.
Swing it to the left. We'll use my right hand.
Yep. Perfect.
Like
and
this.
The wing is designed
Now I'm supposed to make like funny faces or go like.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
This is so cool.
In slow motion, it'll look really good.
Oh my goodness. Wow, I can't believe I'm not messing this up.
That's perfect, perfect.
All right, now, Jimmy asked, how much would it cost if I wanted to buy this? Because this is so incredibly cool.
Yeah, it's currently on sale for $40.
Now, where do I buy it?
Selfiespin360.com.
Selfiespin360.com. This is amazing.
Yep.
So how am I going to get this now? If I want to go back now,
so I put all of them together. I put them in the mail myself. And so if you have a GoPro like this attached here, it'll work perfectly with that with no extra pieces. But then if you want to use your smartphone, it actually comes with a universal phone mount. Wow. So it holds all the leading smartphones, iPhone, Samsung.
Now I saw. Do you have like a different model over here?
Yeah. So this is the pink and black version.
I will go grab that one here.
So he's grabbing the black and red. So this is the pink and black, and then that's the black and red version there. So that one has the phone mount on it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
and then this one has the GoPro.
I got to tell you, I mean, these things are like gold for us when working in digital, these phone mounts, because they always just, you know, we do these cameras, shots, and everything, and they always just fall away. So again, with the GoPro or with the phone spot. Jimmy mentioned it, just for those who didn't, like, last night, the Academy Awards, that's like all about selfie night. And I mean, I can imagine you walk out, you've just won the Oscar, you're on your way outside because you want to go over to the parties now. I mean, what a way to have some fun with it.
Exactly. So that would be the dream scenario, is the Oscar shot there. But, you know, that's on the milestone or the goal list.
What's been the, you know, as people have been kind of jumping into this thing, what's been the reaction so far as people have had a chance to really get to see all the creative and fun ways? It's all about some fun. I mean, people have some fun.
Yeah, a lot of curiosity. So most people are like, wow, what is that? Or they'll see me swinging it and they'll come over and ask me all about it. And then once I show them the videos, that's when they want to try it out.
Yeah,
exactly. So once they see the finished product, they're like, I got to try that.
Okay, again, it is the Selfie Spin 360. People can go online, selfiespin360.com. You're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. Yep. Are you on Snapchat?
I am, but I don't use that very often. I gotta step up my Snapchat game.
You and me both. Okay. Again, I can't wait to see how this looks here when this is done. But thank you for coming up. Thanks for bringing the family. Yeah, thank you for all for coming and for hanging around. We had you family here for a few minutes.
They're my cheering section.
All right. Well, good luck with everything, and thanks for thanks for coming down. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
All right. As I make my way up to the stage here, we'll get Jim Donovan up here in a second here for the post-game show. A little like the walk and talk thing. That was pretty good. Best part about it, I didn't break anything, so I'm extremely happy about that. All right, Jimmy will join us here in a second for the rest of the Donovan Live postgame show, but I want to again remind everybody, selfiespin360.com. That's fun. I mean, that looks – I'm just sitting there going, you can see the website right there. it's only $40, and it really is the accessory. It says accessories everybody's talking about, and as you think about it, everybody loves doing selfies, and everybody loves doing selfie sticks and everything. But this is a creative, fun new way, something different for people to enjoy. I just realized, David, I'm not sitting in my normal seat here for the show. Here we go. All right. Now, where's Donovan? Is he gonna bother us here? Is he gonna join us for a second? He'll get up here in a moment. I'll switch. Do you want me to switch to my normal microphone, David, while we have a second here? All right, I'll do that. Now we're ready to roll here. That's right. I'm glad you got to see me do that, but I figured instead of stopping and starting and starting and stopping, we wanted to go ahead and just take care of that. But a lot to talk about with Jim Donovan coming up here as we have the post-game show when he makes his way over here. He's right behind. He's coming at the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got to actually work the selfie spin. I mean, that was pretty cool.
What?
The Selfie Spin 360. I got to actually work that thing.
Yeah, you picked it up quickly?
Well, no, I would not say I picked it up quickly. I finally got the hang of it.
Good.
I would not say though I picked it up quickly.
Do you take a lot of selfies?
A few. I mean, if you look at all the pictures I take, yeah, probably. I mean, selfies are probably about half of what I do. So, yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and it's fun. People are at places and they go, okay, let's take the selfie. So, I think it's a creative and fun way to do all this.
Couldn't you see them on Shark Tank?
I could, absolutely. I absolutely could.
Oh. Lori Grenier, Mark Cuban, somebody like that grabbing in.
Good family business.
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. That's right. All right. So as we welcome you in here now for the show portion of this Donovan Live postgame show after we had Adam up here. The big takeaway from this weekend at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, not surprisingly, was the performance on the field, and everybody now blown away with what they saw from Penn State running back Saquon Barkley. And and we've talked about this. As stocks rise and fall, the pressure then goes to the Browns. The Browns have to take this guy. The Browns have to take that guy. Now today it's like, wow, the Browns, they can wait on the quarterback until 4. They've got to take Barkley. Got to take Barkley. Taking a running back first overall, where do you kind of come out with that?
Well, we got burned by Trent Richardson.
Yes.
Because we took him 3rd and moved up to the number 3 spot that year. I think we were 4, went up 1 spot and picked him. And although he gave you an okay rookie year, he was hurt coming out of Alabama. He had to have a knee surgery. He missed most of training camp, I think all of training camp. And then he came back for the opening game. And he gave you, I think he had like 950 yards, 945 or something like that in his rookie year. So he gave you an okay year. But then after that, of course, it was over. He got traded right away. So I think that a lot of people feel we got burned by that. Now, the guy that has brought everybody back into the tent of take a running back is Ezekiel Elliott. Now, even though he was suspended for a ton of last year, what he did in his rookie year and how he transformed the Dallas Cowboys into a team that relied on their quarterback and their passing game to a team that could get up and down the field running. But mind you, now you got to keep in mind, he has a phenomenal offensive line in front of him. Here's my theory on this that I throw out there for everybody. Last year when we had the number 1 pick, we took Myles Garrett because he was the best player in the draft. Not just the best pass rusher, he was the best player in the draft. Could have taken Trubisky, could have taken other people. We went with him. Best player in the draft. If you use that formula, there's no question this kid, is the best player in the draft. And so you could take him at number 1 as your running back. He would immediately help you on the field right away. The other thing that's going to be the deciding factor in this whole thing, do the Browns have a clear-cut runaway leader in the clubhouse at quarterback, or do they consider all 4 of them that everyone's talking about kind of equal, maybe some a little bit ahead of the other? And if that's the case, then, why not wait and get the quarterback? Those are some of the things that you have to look at right now. So I can see that if you go by the formula, take the best player available, everyone, and I don't think that anyone's imagining anything, Saquon Barkley looks to be the best player available.
Right. Now, of course, the argument is, and I hadn't even considered that, but you're right. I mean, the Browns last year, they could have taken Trubisky first overall and taken care of the quarterback.
Yeah.
They could have done that. They could have done that. And they opted not to. They could have taken Deshaun Watson at 12 and opted not to. At some point, you have to take the quarterback, and you're never going to be in a better position to take a quarterback than you are in 2018 because you have the first pick, you have the fourth pick. I guess at some point people are like, are the Browns just, is this franchise, no matter who's running it, are they just afraid to take a quarterback early in the draft? Haven't done so, early in the draft since Tim Couch.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they can't be. I mean, they have to get the quarterback. They know that. The amazing thing is now, if you take the quarterback at number 1 or at number 4, remember, he's not going to play. In the perfect world,
theoretically, yes.
On March 5th, he is not expected to play, for at least a year, if not maybe 2 years. I mean, the philosophy is now let's pump the brakes, let the young quarterback learn the game, but you have to go get the quarterback.
Right.
If you don't have him, you have to go get the quarterback. And as you so eloquently put it, they'll never be in a better position than they are right now to do that with either pick, 1 or 4. I think if they go 33, 35, or 36, whatever it is, then you're into the whole Deshaun Kaiser type of situation. You're into the kid from Oklahoma State. You're into him. You're into people like that. Maybe you're taking a look at the kid from Louisville. I mean, I don't know. That would be a totally different pick in the way of style of play. But yeah, I think you have to get the quarterback, and I don't think they can be afraid to do it. I think that they have verbally come out and said we're going to get a quarterback. Right after the game in Pittsburgh, the last game of the season, the owner said that. When he hired John Dorsey, he said the marching orders were find us a quarterback.
Right.
Hugh Jackson realizes he needs a quarterback for a lot of reasons to win and to hang on to his job. So yeah, you got to do it.
Did you, listening to things that each of the 4 quarterbacks said, we're going to talk about the big 4, again, Allen, Darnold, Rosen, and Mayfield. Did you learn anything more from them, hearing things they said about, coming to the Browns, especially Mayfield, who's like, bring it on, I'm ready, I can be the savior. Did you learn anything more than you didn't already know about these guys?
Not really. I mean, I think Darnold has been pegged as a really good kid, eager to learn, very coachable, kind of a team guy. I think he did it at USC. I think his coaching staff there said the same thing about him. I think his offensive coordinator, T. Martin, the great former quarterback at the University of Tennessee, felt the same way about him. He's a kid that is eager to learn. He realizes he's got a lot to learn, and that's good. He's not going to come in and, quote, rip the league up. Mayfield was exactly the way I thought he was going to be. Yeah. A braggart, full of swagger, brimming with confidence. I can come in there. I'm probably the only guy that can go into this situation and turn that team around. Rosen, he did not surprise me. Josh Allen, I had heard him, during the Senior Bowl week. No, they didn't surprise me. And I don't know, how much, you can kind of where you put that in the weight of the equation as to how you pick a guy. I think it's going to come down to, the whole combine thing. It's especially in the quarterback position. It really comes down to, can they lead? Right. Can they get in the huddle? Can they get in the huddle and make the huddle work? Can they come out of the huddle, make it work at the line of scrimmage? Right. Can they get a team lined up? Can those 10 guys with him believe in him? Right. That they can win with him? Right. I think there was a point last year that the Browns did not feel they could win with the way things were going at quarterback.
Yes. Now, the other thing to keep an eye is that the combine is now basically wrapping up, and really now we're kind of in the last march until free agency gets underway next week. But this is a big week for the Browns, potentially, because at some point we expect Joe Thomas to let the Browns know and let us know what his future plans are. If he's going to return to the team and be back on the field this year, or if he's going to retire. Yeah. I think everybody believes that he was going to do that before free agency, and
I think he has to.
I think he's going to have to do it here at some point soon.
Yeah, and I think it's a difficult decision, and you can imagine that. I mean, he's been hanging on for this team to show any signs of winning life, really probably for the last 3 or 4 years. And he's been very observant as to what was going to happen in front office decisions, who's going to be in the front office, who's going to be the head coach, who's going to be the quarterback. All of those decisions are to a guy that really is saying, hey, listen, I've been through all this too many times. I want to win, or I want to see some signs of life that we are going to win, or I'm going to move on with my life. And I think he's at a very critical position to making that decision. I think it's a difficult one for him right now because he'd love to do it. He'd love to come back. But there's a side of him, too, that I think says, and we didn't really even know the extent of it, how much he played through in pain, the injuries that he had the last few years that went deeper and deeper into a game week to get him ready from Monday to the next Sunday, and what a road that was and what a rough road it was to get ready. Joe didn't talk a great deal about these injuries. He's had a bad knee, he's had a bad back. You know, he's had headaches, he's had things like that. All of those scary things that would make a player and his family say, hey, you know what, maybe now's the time. And I think we're really getting close to decision time. Now, it could come. Joe is at an appearance tomorrow, at a dinner tomorrow out in Westlake, where he's being honored on quite a night of activities there. And I don't think he's going to do it there, but the Browns, I think, as an organization, get back to Berea either tomorrow or Wednesday. And as you said, then free agency hits next week, and they need to know what they're going to do.
Yeah, so I would expect, you know, if not later this week, certainly first part of next week, we should know about Joe Thomas's future. Last thing, staying with the NFL, you know, the vibes of what's going to happen with free agent quarterbacks. It now seems like, from all accounts, Kirk Cousins is down to basically two options. I mean, I think it's either Minnesota or the Jets. What it sounds like. It keeps getting trimmer, and you know, everybody, of course, is going to lump A.J. McCarron. Now, Kirk Cousins, Kirk McCarron, A.J. McCarron to the Browns. Make sure I get that right. But I wonder, Jimmy, if one of those Minnesota quarterbacks aren't going to be high on that radar too, if Cousins indeed ends up going to Minnesota.
And I think it's Sam Bradford.
Yeah,
I think it would be Sam Bradford that would be high on their list and possibly available.
Right.
Okay, because I think Bradford's knees really probably concern a lot of people around the NFL, his durability, which has really kind of plagued him, even in his college career. Remember, he had a shoulder injury in college, and he lost pretty much a whole season at Oklahoma because of that when he was going up against Colt McCoy, Texas, Oklahoma, the Red River battle.
That's right.
But I think Bradford kind of is probably on the radar. But remember now, they had a trade for this guy, McCarron. And, you know, they had a deal done if the paperwork gets in on time. So there's obviously a likability. Now, we don't know John Dorsey's likability with him because this was driven by Hugh Jackson back at that time. And kind of the brakes were put on by Sashi Brown of not getting the deal done under the deadline. And so, therefore, the deal was late and it didn't get done. But there is, you know, they have a lot of intel on McCarron.
Totally.
And I do believe Bradford. I think your radar is right. Imagine all of those Minnesota quarterbacks are probably going to be available.
Right. So it's going to be an interesting couple of days here as the rumor mill starts to really fly around and what's going to happen. And, of course, we'll keep you posted as that happens. Cavs in action tonight. Cleveland State's in action tonight. Akron is in action tonight. Kent State's in action. Welcome to conference tournaments, everyone. You all have a lot of highlights tonight at 11.
Yeah, we do. You know, Akron and Kent State, they both have to win to get to the Q this week for the MAC tournament. Cleveland State's been an amazing story.
Yes.
I mean,
2 straight wins.
An afterthought going into the Horizon League tournament. I think, you know, they beat Youngstown State and then they beat Northern Kentucky.
Top seed,
the top seed. And so they were down 5 as I was coming up here in their game against Oakland. But we'll have it all covered at 11.
We'll keep an eye on that for you. All right, for Jimmy Donovan, I'm Dave DiNatale. Thanks for watching the Donovan Live postgame show here on WKYC's Facebook Live.